Patreon. Alright, rolling on video, rolling on sound. Damn internet, you scary. Take two. 928. So we got two of them already knocked out.
Do the second two. So now we just have
It's only
Yeah.
a family vacation.
Testing.
Who's this?
Added to Patreon. We live now, yeah.
Okay. Just the right one. What up, Scary Squad? We are back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just split this up and do squad cast in the middle for next week. It's a great episode. Oh, wait, Thanks. Alright, for the sake of time.
I got somebody with a Y-mail email account.
Oh, what?
Y-mail?
That's a thing?
That's what you put up.
What is that? Well, I mean, Y is close to G. Oh, that's Yahoo.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I didn't know they called it Y-mail.
Me neither. That is news to your boy.
Yo,
You don't like that?
don't work.
Alright.
What's your Y-mail?
So we're not a fan of it. Alright. Let's get going.
There you go.
Yep, let's do it.
Alright, so jumping right back into it, we have some weird news coming out of the Jackson family.
When is it not weird news coming from the Jacksons?
Yeah, they haven't had regular news in a while, but apparently Michael Jackson's cousin is now auctioning off Michael's final IV drip.
A used?
The bag.
Just the empty bag of an IV.
It looks like it has some in it. You see, she's carrying it. Her name's Marcia Stewart.
How does she get it?
She's a niece of Michael's late father, Joe Jackson. She says she took Jackson's IV drip, which she claims delivered the dose of propofol that killed him in 2009 from his bedroom after his death, and now is putting it up for sale. She alleges that she spotted the IV bag in the rented Holmby Hills mansion where Jackson died. She says there was a white milk fluid inside it, which is consistent with the propofol and has now dissolved. Marcia says that when she spotted the blood on the IV, she immediately put it into her bag. A message on the auction site reads that Stewart is selling a Braun medical bag that was left over from Jackson's LA Sunset house. It was obtained from Michael Jackson's estate on Sunset after his death, and it is now being sold through memorabilia expert auctions in Las Vegas with a starting price of $2,500. I'm gonna say two things. Number one, it's pretty messed up.
That's so fucked up.
That's pretty messed up.
On so many levels.
Number two, that is not Michael Jackson's IV bag. Because stupid. That is an IV bag with a clever story from a source that could have done it. But that's the weirdest part about being that level of famous, is that you have to worry about people just taking stuff that was associated with you in order to get a weird, I don't know.
Yo, that is beyond crazy to me,
So
dude. Like,
weird.
how, she was just been sitting on this, holding on to it for this long, just like, yeah, in a
Since
couple more
09.
years. Woo, baby.
She really waited for it to appreciate 11 years. Or she got the IV this year and just got the idea, which I think is way more
believable.
Yeah, because I mean, number one, if it was Michael Jackson's and he touched it, I'm assuming you wouldn't touch it if you were trying to sell the fact that it was his last thing. You'd use gloves or put it in a bag like evidence. This is someone who's just down bad a little bit.
Man, how do you, like, I get that maybe people need money, right? I get that. But it's like, bro, you are buying into that. You're actually making it worse with this type of behavior.
Mhm.
Like, and it's your cousin? Obviously, her and Michael couldn't have been that close. Couldn't have been.
Oh no, I'd be surprised if they even knew each other. 'Cause that's
She's,
just
yeah, the
disrespectful.
fact that they made mention that she's a cousin on Joe's side, like just to like, yeah, she didn't really know Michael, like
Right.
that, so
Nephew or niece of Joe Jackson. That's just overall weird story.
That's hella trifling. Is what it is. We're gonna call it what it is. That's hella trifling.
Side note, I didn't pull this up, but you know who Dick Gregory is, right?
Yeah,
That old
absolutely.
wise black dude.
Yeah, from St. Louis.
He gave a very, very creepy interview, and I don't know what it is about him. Maybe because he's old and black and wise. I just believe a lot of the stuff that he says.
Yeah.
But he did a sit-down interview about Michael that I saw, and it was really creepy because they were talking about how they killed him
Mm-hmm.
and how it had nothing to do with Sony because he already had those masters, and he went into some stuff that I'd never even heard before, which if it's true, that's terrifying, and
Right.
but if it was true, it could easily be written off as like, that's a crazy old man. What he said was Michael, I guess the last time he saw him, grabbed onto him and he felt like he was being held by an animal, and he was saying, "They're trying to kill me." And he said that he wasn't, he told the story about how Mike was afraid that everybody around him, people were poisoning him. He said that he hadn't had any water in a few days. So Dick drove him to a hospital, and I guess they spent a full 24 hours pumping him full of fluids, and they said he'd die if he didn't bring him there. And then when he actually did die, because I guess he was just very paranoid in his final weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Dick said that they used a laser that made a hole in his wrist. It's a conspiracy I had never heard in my entire life. He said that they used the laser. So apparently this is something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently the easiest and quickest way to get rid of somebody without without a big deal or ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the doctor that came in after started poking, trying to find a vein, or I don't know what happened, but they kept poking him filled with syringes.
Mm-hmm.
So in the autopsy, that's how that got covered, was because like whatever that laser hole was, was just written off as one of the many holes that he had from syringes. So obviously when I hear things like that, I'm like, what? But then like the other half of me comes like the hooded Kermit meme is always is just like, well, I mean, if that was real, it sounds fake. So that was just like a random little mini conspiracy. I suggest you guys look it up. It's Dick Gregory talking about Michael Jackson. He talks about how paranoid Mike was before they did it, the reasons why they did it, and a very interesting story about laser technology that can happen from anywhere.
I've never heard of this laser being used ever before, but I mean, I know that they do use laser for surgery, so I'm not saying that it's not possible. I just never heard of anything like this. And Dick Gregory was very wise, man. He was, a lot of people trusted him for information and listened to him. He was revered as someone that was, a freedom fighter. And
when did he die?
Let me find out just to make sure.
I thought he was still alive. Actually.
No. It was a couple years ago. Dick Gregory. I was glad that I got to see him in person, giving a talk one time. He died August 19, 2017. 3 years ago.
Yeah, very, very eerie interview. And, it's like, he definitely wasn't clout chasing. He doesn't seem like, what was he trying to get followers or whatever.
Nah, none of that. He didn't care about that.
Very, very interesting. I suggest you look it up. But to keep on the conspiracy train, but just a little bit funnier, did you hear about how the vice presidential nominee, Kamala Harris, she named Tupac as the best rapper alive?
Here's the thing, though.
When pandering goes wrong.
She can do that all she wants to. That's her opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, she... It's not going to hold weight.
Opinion.
Well, no, she can't name it like, and what? She doesn't own Rolling Stones. Like, she doesn't have.
What I'm saying is that she named Tupac as the best rapper alive.
Alive. Okay, I missed that.
There
one.
it is.
There
yes.
it is. Okay, gotcha.
It's not an opinion.
I thought she was just saying like the best rapper that ever did it or the best rapper that ever lived.
No.
She said it like he's alive right now.
This is when pandering goes wrong. Yes.
Bless her heart.
That is you not really being a part of hip hop at all. This is pretty surface level info. It's not even like, oh, I didn't know Young Thug was part of YSL. No, this is Tupac. So that was a swing and a miss. That's that's rough because you can't come back from that. It's like when that TikTok that girl on TikTok, she did she did this video and she was like, woo, chili.
Oh, is that a child?
And everybody in the comments was like, wow, you stole that and didn't have any context for it. That means you don't even know anybody who said it or who says it. That was just copy and paste gone wrong.
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste.
Man, people be putting stuff out there and wanted to go bad so bad. And it's like remember the white couple, the high school kids, and they were like, how to make niggas, and like they put it in the paper and the thing and pouring water on it and all that.
And they got expelled?
Man, from everything. Everybody was like, just leave us alone. No.
You put it out there.
Take all of this now.
You was ready for
the
smoke.
You talking big trash. Let's go.
You were ready for the smoke.
Oh, the smoke.
Speaking of Kamala Harris, I just want to do a reminder to vote.
Yeah.
Voting is coming up. I have a fun fact that even astronauts can vote from outer space.
Yeah.
They list their address as low Earth orbit on their absentee ballots. But even astronauts can vote.
That's pretty cool. It's a
Pretty.
low Earth orbit on your ballot.
Yeah, I know, right? I just picture them just floating it off. And the vote just goes, no one ever sees it.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, if you can vote from outer space, you can vote from Earth. So make sure that you.
And you have options too. You can vote online, do early voting. I think some places are still letting you vote in public. They just have a, different precautions set in place, so you're not getting too close. But just vote. Like,
Yes.
there are people, especially people of color, vote. I know how it feels. Like it's not gonna make a difference and all of that type of stuff. Vote. If for no other reason than you have the right to. You know what I'm saying? Without getting too deep in it, man, people died for this opportunity. I was watching something last night on, I don't know if it was HLN or CNN, one of them, but there's this group out who, I think in Florida, because Florida, you got the felony, you can't vote. But I think this group is like trying to pay the fines of convicted criminals so they can no longer have that felony on them and they can vote. And, it's very difficult because a person might have a warrant in 4 or 5 different counties, and some of the counties are very apt about getting the information to them, and some of them drag their feet, some of them don't care. Like, well, they messed up, they shouldn't have did it. And so one guy, it was his first time voting since like the 90s, and he had finally got a chance to vote. He voted in the primaries, I think, earlier this year. But he was crying because he was like, man, I think about all the people that sacrificed their life, gave up time, had dogs sick on him, all of that type of stuff, just so he can have that ability to vote. And there are people who've never voted their entire lives before because they had the mentality that it's not going to matter. I get that. I completely get the sentiments of, Trump not winning the popular vote but still being elected president because of the collegiate vote. Electoral college vote. However, vote. Because if you don't vote, you cannot complain about, and you have no leeway to complain about any of the results. You just cannot.
Yeah, except when they don't listen.
But you don't have the right to complain about anything because you didn't even take your right seriously and put it in your own hands. So
it's crazy that Trump lost the popular vote, and they were still like, yeah, well, he's still president. I remember that night. I was just like, fam.
Me too.
This electoral college middleman needs to go. The fact that it's not us giving a vote and them looking at that vote and being like, okay, well, they said this person is wild. We say, this is who we want. And they're like, cute. But no, I realize that sounds like it's against the message. We still want you to vote.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying it's a very flawed system.
And I get it. Again, I get it. But vote.
Please,
just vote.
Please vote. We needs it.
Absolutely, especially right now, man, with everything going on. Like, listen, we got to start taking accountability and taking ownership in our future. And one of the best ways to do that is to vote, man. Get out there and do your part, man. And I get it. I know it's difficult. Like in these times, it's very difficult to even just want to get out of bed some days and get dressed. Like it's hard to think about getting dressed. Like I do not feel my best right now. I'm being honest with you guys. I've been like sick all weekend, like a little stomach virus or something. Like it is just, I don't feel my best. But there's still work to be done. Got to get to it. So you still have the means to do it. You can vote by mail and all of that type of stuff. With everything, like you have the means to do it. It's no excuses not to do it. Like get up, take a shower, do some jumper jacks, something like that. Fellas, you've been sitting on the couch. You're probably sitting on the couch right now watching this. You got your hand in your drawers or in your sweats and all that. Whatever you got going on. Do some spring cleaning, man. Do some manscaping down there.
Yeah.
Right? There's no excuse for you to be sitting on the couch. You walking around and your jewels ain't in order, man. There are too many options out there, and the main one is Manscaped. All right, take advantage of Manscaped. They have a slew of products for you to get your life together. Okay, get your crown jewels looking the way they supposed to be looking. All right, the Lawnmower 3.0. All right, it's got a waterproof. All right, it's got the ceramic tile blade. It's got the LED lights. You can reach all the hard to reach spaces. You got all the formulas. You got the crop preserver. You got too many reasons for you to be stinking.
The Shears 2.0 nail kit.
Come on.
Get you
It's
looking
sleek.
right.
It's sleek too. I used it last night.
Sleek.
You got too many options. Is what I'm trying to say, man. Make sure that you got yourself together. Get your balls in order. I told you I do the two in one. That's when I wash in the shower and I also shave my balls.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 2-in-1 right there. The water, ball. Right, just shave the balls on up.
3 balls. Okay.
No, just 3. Don't do that. Don't make it weird. Okay, don't make it more weird.
Well, you can use Manscaped to make your package perfect by ordering their perfect package. It comes with 2 free gifts and other liquid formulations to complete your ball trimming routine.
Mm-hmm.
And the formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not free. You don't have to pay for it. But if you don't want any cruelty or parabens, you good. You good with all the formulas. Just go on and use DIYS at manscaped.com. And we will get you 20% off of that order and free shipping. All you gotta do is go to manscaped.com and use our code DIYS. If you love your package, all you have to do is go to the site, hit a few buttons on your phone, and it will change your life for the better.
There it is, man. So what you waiting on? Get your hands out your boxes and handle that right now. Shit.
Yeah, get on the balls. Get on the balls. Get on the balls. All right. I want to just do a couple of stories that's just like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
What on earth is happening? First off, there was a little boy that died in Texas.
Yo, yeah. A couple of you all sent me this article. It was like, yo, y'all got to talk about this on DYS.
All he did was drink from some tap water.
Yeah.
But he contracted a brain-eating amoeba.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? This boy was only 6. And now there's a warning for people in Texas to not use tap water. Because, this poor little boy contracted a brain-eating amoeba and died earlier this month. I guess he was playing in a public splash pad and a sprinkler at home. His name is Josiah McIntyre, and he tested positive for Naegleria fowleri in Lake Jackson. He died earlier this month from fighting off an infection called primary amoebic. I'm not gonna.
I looked up brain-eating amoeba, and what comes up are just a number of 8-syllable words that I would not try to even attempt right now.
It ends with cephalitis, but there's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's some terrible stuff. I don't know what is happening, but please, everybody in Texas, and honestly all surrounding states, be careful. Because it's just like, he was just playing in a splash pad and a sprinkler. And now it's just like, come on, 2020. Water?
Man,
I'm terrified of water, ocean water, but now it's just like, yo, I use a Brita filter and everything.
Yeah, we get the bottled water, the jugs, and we just keep it in the cabinet, keep it in the refrigerator. I haven't really drank tap water since I read this weird ass article about the fluoride they put in tap water and how it ruins your memory and things of that nature. And so I stopped drinking tap water probably back in like 2013 after reading that article.
Yeah.
And I just was like, nah, I'm good.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Speaking of what the hell is going on, somebody get your boys in Atlanta, because apparently there was a Black Lives Matter activist who was caught because he spent about $200K of donations on his house and personal expenses. And it's just like, this is the ammo. This is the ammo that they use. It's just
Let me say this.
stupid people.
It sucks because of the movement that we're in right now, but this is nothing surprising when it comes to like donations and things like that.
Every time.
Yeah, and it's probably a black guy that they caught with it, but this happens all the time in white America too. So I'm not gonna let them shame black America for this one little
But
thing right
this
here.
was not the cause.
No, it was not. It was not the cause by all means. But this is why I'm very particular with who I give money to. I need to know where the money is going. I hate when these big corporations like we're gonna donate $2 million to the black community. What the fuck does that mean?
What does that even
Where is it
mean?
going? I need addresses to the places that you're sending this money. Now, some of the bigger corporations, like I think Red Cross, Salvation Army, the ones that are like registered non-profit organizations, they have to provide you with all the information.
Right.
It's supposed to be public knowledge. You should be able to just look it up and you can
Right.
find all of them. But I need to know that. Where the fuck is this money going? Oh, the NBA is dedicated to $5 million to the inner city youth. What the fuck does that mean? Is that going to go to after school programs? Is that going to go for music programs, programs with the arts? Is that going to go into tutoring programs for inner city youth? Is that going to go for the lunch system to help them have better and a more balanced life? I need to know what the hell that means, because that shit right there is, to me, is just fluff. That's like somebody saying, all right, I'm going to do better next time. Well, what you going to do? Without listing out an action, a plan of action and exposing it and letting people hold you accountable for it, that shit don't mean nothing to me. I need to know.
That's true. I don't really like charities like that, because I know that there's just like it's like that most evil people are like disguised in there. It's almost like how that's how I see, like, if you evil and you go around doing evil stuff, at least you know upfront about it. But the people who are within like charities and nonprofits and churches and stuff, and they basically are taking advantage of the people who want to do good.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's the most disappointing stuff. This guy was named Sir Major Page. It's not like he had silver teeth though. He's 32. He has allegedly misappropriated $200,000 meant for the BLM movement after he solicited donations via Facebook. And I guess he was apprehended and taken into custody and has since been released on bond. But yeah, I guess he is getting, I guess he has a, that's who snitched on him.
Who snitched on?
It says FBI agent Matthew DeSorbo said an investigation was launched by Toledo's local FBI in 2019 when a cooperating witness accused Page, whose real name is Tyree Conyers Page. Oh, his name is...
He using a whole different name and all of that?
Right. I guess he's getting fraud, and I guess he founded BLM of Greater Atlanta in 2016. That year alone, he collected over $466K in donations. That is crazy.
It's crazy that like you would think that, I don't know. Maybe he had no prior records of this type of behavior or something like that. But there has to be some type of background check set in place anytime you're working with like nonprofits, because that just don't seem right. Like that this was his first time. This your first time, and you gonna risk it all over $200,000?
I wouldn't. I would. Guys, do not donate over Facebook groups. It's just not a good idea. You need to, like Tahir said, you need a system of checking exactly where your money's going, because he literally, like you were saying, his ask was very vague. It said Page told people the money would be used for George Floyd.
That's not enough.
What does that mean for George Floyd? Be specific. Is it for funeral costs? Is it for the family? Is it for a George Floyd Foundation? It just said for George Floyd, but instead went against his own food, dining, entertainment, clothing, furniture, a home security system, tailored suits. Just
people will finesse it, man. People will finesse it if you give them opportunity to. Listen, man, this is one thing that Farron has always taught me. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If the more questions you ask, the more frustrated the person gets, or the less answers that they have for you, they're probably lying to you.
Yep.
Ask all the questions that you want when it comes down to your money and your health. That goes for everything. Sex too. You finna be with a new partner. Hey, I want to go raw. Let me see your dick. Or let me see your vag. I want to inspect it. What? Yeah. I want to inspect it, and I still want to see your results. I want to see your STD results. Ain't nothing wrong with that's your health. Take all the precautions you want to. You donating $500 online? Do your research on that company. Don't just say, hey, this is going to go to one of the many black people that have been slain over the course of this year. Okay, cool. What other organization are you tied to? Do you have contact with the family? Like, I need to know all of it. This is your money. This is your health. Ask questions. Ask a lot of them.
That's a rule of thumb. So yeah, somebody come get this nigga, cause embarrassmente. What else is a face palm? Oh, Salt Bay. Have you heard about this?
Oh man, is this that video
Yes.
with the girl?
So Salt Bay, a video went viral of a girl twerking in a restaurant.
Right.
And you pan over it, you see it's a very nice restaurant, and not only are the waiters and the staff recording, it zooms in and it's kind of like, it looks like that Salt Bay guy. You guys remember the Salt Bay, the Salt guy. And you know, he's opened a bunch of restaurants, and he has a bunch of steakhouses, and yeah, there's this video that went super viral because this girl was twerking for Salt Bay, and then I guess her boyfriend came in very hot.
Oh yeah, he came in hot.
I mean, listen to this. He said, "The fuck you doing, nigga?" Like, that's a whole small woman. He came in like he was ready to fight. Like, damn, it's just a little ass.
Man,
Just
listen.
a little booty shaking in a steakhouse.
There's a time and a place.
Why was he in a hoodie? You're at a steakhouse. Even I know that.
Maybe she was there with her friends, and she asked
he
him to
just
come
walked
pick her.
past.
Yeah, asked him to come pick her up. Right? So he couldn't make it. It was a girls' night out. They went to the steakhouse, and on the way out, Salt Bae was like, "Hey, put the camera in time," and she was like, "Okay."
The fact of Salt Bay asking for that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it happens. It happens to the best of them.
Well, here's the funniest part. That happened and went viral, which must have been awkward for the staff because it's like, do we let him take her? Like, since that went viral, his restaurant in Boston was shut down.
What?
Yeah, it was shut down because in that clip,
Nobody has a mask.
no COVID-19 regulations. Got him. What he thought was like, hey, I'm going viral again. This is great. Nope. No mask. He didn't have a mask, which is how people recognized him.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they looked into like some other videos and just no mask. You guys gotta wear the mask. This shit is not over. It's not over. It's just because you're upset and bored of it does not mean it's over.
It's
But yeah.
how do you? I don't know how they. I don't know.
I think they just figured because it was a nice restaurant that they didn't have to do the regulations. Like, the more expensive it is, the more fly everybody is, the mask would bring the ambiance down. So
No,
that's-
man. Like,
that's how
listen,
they were thinking.
listen, bro. Like, I don't care what's going on. As long as other people still catching it, I'm still gonna be practicing. You know what I'm saying? The proper restrictions, the proper protocol when it comes to that. Like, obviously they have different regulations going on there than they do here because we're still not doing inside dining. Like everything that we're doing, if you are going to a dining restaurant, you're doing it outside. They have all the outside seating going. So they obviously have different protocols going on there. A lot of cities are more relaxed than us, a lot more lax than us. However, even with those lax places, like, you're still supposed to have your mask on when you're walking to and from the bathroom, to and from your table, going to the door, or whatever. You're still
Twerking
supposed to
for
have
the
that.
staff.
Twerking for the staff. You should probably have a mask on right there, like,
Yeah.
just to be safe. But like, man, I'm not about to. No, I'm not about to do it, bro. I'm not risking it all.
No.
Not for
I mean,
twerk.
no. And at the end of the day, like, to be perfectly fair, all those videos of Salt Bae going viral with the little salt thing, the dishes never looked like something I would want. No, it was just like raw meat.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, like bleeding still that it's a fancy restaurant, so that's how it should be and all that. But
Man, they gotta cook it up. I love a good steak though. Don't get me wrong. I love a good steak, a good lean piece of Kobe, some lamb chops, something like that. I love it. And you don't need a whole lot to season a good piece of steak or a good slice of lamb. Like really, all you need is some salt and pepper. You can do some rosemary with some lamb. That'll help it.
I like rosemary and garlic butter.
Yeah, garlic butter, and you do a little sprinkle of citrus on that lamb. That's gonna bring that flavor right to the top, right there. I
Or
promise
them
you.
Brazilian steakhouses where they just keep bringing it until you
man.
flip the.
You're gonna be constipated.
Mhm.
That's too much meat. You can't just put all that meat in your body and think everything gonna be okay. You're gonna be constipated. You're gonna be constipated.
But I do miss the ambiance of a really nice restaurant, like a steakhouse. You know,
Mhm.
the candles and the tablecloths and the menus and all that stuff. But you don't have to wait for COVID to end to throw on something nice. Get
That's
you
true.
some nice accessories, you know, and just be at the crib. You can just cook at the kitchen and cook at the house and
Mhm.
just, you know, dress up, maybe invite a partner over and have like a little one-on-one date and still remind yourself that you still got it, that you're still sharp, right? And that's where Vincetto comes in, all right?
Mwah.
We said what?
I want to do that every time you say the name like that.
Vincetto. We are actually partnering with Vincero Watches once again. Shout out to them. And you know, we really enjoy them as a sponsor. As you can see, I am wearing their gold watch. I have not put it down since I got it. I'm a huge fan. And they just create exceptionally crafted watches, and they do it without breaking your bank account. That's huge for me. I've always been into nice watches, but I've never got how like rappers would be like, I got $1 million watch. It's like, that's $1 million?
And they have like they have diamonds all into the point where you can't even tell what time it is.
Yeah, it's just like-
it no longer has the purpose.
No,
of a
it's
watch.
just the stunt. But now you can stunt without breaking the bank, thanks to Vincero. The guys on their team, they sent us a couple of watches, and they're stunning. It was actually really hard to choose one.
That
Because
was the
there were
hardest
so
part.
many options.
Yeah.
And now they're offering you as a listener 20% off your entire order, not just one watch. You can get as many watches as you want, and you will get 20% off of that final price. And they're going to cover all shipping costs. So all you have to do is go to vincerowatches.com/scary. Now Vincero is a very elegant word. It's spelled like Vince Row, Vincero. vincerowatches.com/scary. And we're going to bump 20% off. You are going to get yourself a very unique design that you will not find anywhere else for a great price. Go treat yourself. Get you some timepieces. Over 22,000 5-star reviews on their website, and they are, free shipping, free returns for 30 days if you're not feeling it, and a warranty on your watch for up to 2 years. So it's really pretty stress-free right there.
Absolutely stress free. Free shipping be getting me, man. I will like something, because the shipping on some things, it'd be like $19, $25. You'd be like, I ain't doing that. Free shipping, it makes a difference.
Even when shipping is reasonable, like if I was just gonna pay like $5, $8, $10, if they offer free shipping, I would probably just buy more things.
Yeah.
And the price difference is like, you could have just paid for the shipping. You bought 3 more things. It's like, yeah, but it's free shipping.
It's free shipping. I justify a lot of purchases off of free shipping. I'm not gonna hold you.
I like that. Vincetto. All right, where's the tube? All right, moving right along in this quest for just what the heck is happening. All right, we got to talk about it.
Let's go.
We got to talk about
I'm
it.
ready.
In this next story for what the hell are you doing? I hate keep bringing him up, but this nigga Tory Lanez. We have to touch on the fact that I don't know if we did this last week, but just, I wake up every day like, this nigga really did that. We were waiting for him to say something, and this nigga dropped a mixtape.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with Buddy. I'll just say this.
And Yeah.
I'll just say this. It's a lot of ways to go about doing things. And I feel like he discovered every possible wrong way to do this. And then he executed it perfectly. Like everything wrong that you could do surrounding the situation, he has done it. And to make this a album release type thing,
Play
like,
for the money is what kills me.
bro.
You could have just made it. Because here's the thing. We were already expecting some bullshit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, so you already had to be, like thinking about your approach. You know,
Mhm.
it had to have been completely concise, genuine more than anything. And the fact that we were waiting for just a statement,
Mhm.
and it was just like, well, I'll give you my statement. In these 10 tracks produced by so and so, blah 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 blah. It's just like, fam. And then the icing.
My thing is like, if I'm accused of something as serious as shooting a person, I talk to my lawyers, but I want to get a statement out quick. I want to get in front of this before it grows legs and it turns into something that you can never get in front of again. To drop an album around it, and don't get me wrong, I understand that art imitates life, and sometimes people are better at putting things in music than they are in speaker, but you still should have made a statement before you did something like this. This just looks like theatrics. This does not look like, when everything comes to light and, it's all exposed, if it's not in his favor, it's not going to look like he was sincere about it. It's all going to just look like a plot to just make money and make light of the situation. And I don't think there's anything light in a situation when you're accused of shooting someone.
Yeah, we at the very least, we thought maybe he wasn't making a statement because he knew he was in the wrong, or he felt some type of remorse. So the fact that it's like, okay, now not only did we not hear anything because you were in the studio trying to figure out like a good way to put it in the bars, but on top of all of that, the icing on it was within this project, he basically said he didn't do it. He didn't really even take accountability for it. You waited all this time and dropped a album and didn't really even own up to it. And the thing with me is, it's like, okay, now the environment of the internet is weird because now that his statement isn't what Meg said, now people are doubling back and making it seem like, oh, well, did Meg tell the truth? Cedars-Sinai dropped the hospital records to confirm that Meg was telling the truth.
Bro, here's my thing. This is what
I'm
he did.
exhausted.
This is what he did. He made it difficult for people who are fans of him to continue to publicly support him. Because you didn't take ownership of the situation. You didn't really explain your side of the situation. You tried to profit off of something that you should have just came forward and just spoke on. And you did it in a very sleazy way, bro. Like, you are accused of these are some strong accusations of it, and to come out and do it this way, I just feel like, bro, that it just, like,
right after the Breonna Taylor hearing.
Yeah, and then, like, not only that, like, I had already started feeling some type of way about Tory. Like,
yeah.
I love that Jack Harlow song was popping, and I love Tory's verse on it at first, but now I can't even listen to that verse. I can't. Like, and now, like, it's like, I don't want to hear this project, nigga. I want to hear you say what's going on. Like, you want to put it all in the song, and I got to decipher through these bars of if you did, or if this is just a simile or a metaphor or some shit. Like, no, motherfucker,
he can rap. We know he can rap. We know he can rap, and he makes dope beats. It's like if Jay-Z or Kendrick were caught up in some crazy stuff. They made a project about it. Yeah, it might be fire, but it's like, that's not the point. Because it's like, I have not heard it, and I'm not going to. And the reason is this industry works with numbers. So I could not push myself to help, to contribute to this project getting big numbers, which would read to the industry like, oh, he got around this. This was okay. You know what I mean? Like, he should have been buried, but he did some good numbers, so he's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to the industry, those
Is it-
numbers actually make, like, building up those numbers goes further than just Tory having a successful release, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't imagine how Meg must feel,
Mm-hmm.
because the fact that the hospital records are dropping, like, no, she was telling the truth, and people are like, oh, this Tory Lanez shit's kind of fire. It's like, I can't imagine. You know, it's already a very touchy subject,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like the super messed up culture of, like, rape culture, and how women are already afraid to come forward, and then sometimes when they do, shit like this happens that, you know, makes it seem like they were lying, or they, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so sad. It's so sad to see.
I feel like a lot of people are on board this time with being on the right side of a situation like this, and I think a lot of us realize how much we dropped the ball with R. Kelly and that whole situation, and we don't want to just relive that whole thing. And I know, you know, there's some people like, nah, you got to separate the artist from his actions, and, you know, like, you know, but at the center of it all is like, what's your integrity? Like, you got to have some integrity about everything you do as a person and as an artist. And you have these type of accusations floating around, bro. You need to address that. You don't need to put out a song. I think like that ain't. Like, that's some 90s type shit. Let's put out some music and let's just flood it with that, and we'll be able to silence all that. Motherfucker, do you know how many outlets of entertainment and news they are? Ain't nobody gonna forget about this type of shit. With everything that's going on in the black community, everything that's going on in the black movement, everything going on with Breonna Taylor, and now this comes out and you wanna just drop an album and that's your response? Motherfucker, please.
Bro, I literally just sit and think about it sometimes, because it's just like, I really can't believe that that's how this ended. Like, this has been going on for months, and I'm just like, this was never, when he said, I'm gonna finally break my silence 9 p.m., I thought he was gonna go live.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna go live and just do it directly. But when, like, all this stuff coming back to back is really overwhelming me, because it's just like, it was a project in itself, and then it's like you hear about him taking shots at not only like Meg but like other people, and it's just like, how did this happen? How did this happen?
He also claimed he dropped it on that day because that was his mom's birthday, and that was also the day that she died on.
Well, that's
so you are trying to uplift.
I'm so sorry. Hello? Yes. Okay, I'll come right out.
1 second, guys.
Okay, let me come out. I'll grab it. Sorry.
All right, guys. Y'all know we filmed like 3 shows at one point, so that's what's going on with that. But the point I was gonna make is that, you know, him dropping this on his mother's birthday and the day that she passed away, trying to uplift one black woman when you're accused of assaulting another black woman is not a proper response to the accusations that are being accused of. Like that just, it does not sound right, does not look right. Yeah, man, that shit was wrong. I'm not listening to that shit at all. I have no interest in it. I don't care how fire that shit is. Like, once I make my mind up, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going back to listen to R. Kelly. Everybody, oh, well, he's in jail now. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm still not gonna listen to that shit. That's just how I feel about that. So, I don't know. I really not. That's, you know, it feels super disrespectful. I will mess up your name, MWEMA. It feels super disrespectful to his mom. It feels super disrespectful to Meg. It feels super disrespectful to all his fans who are supporters of Meg, and women in general, bro. Like, it's just, I'm not for that at all, man. So, yeah, I can't get with that one. Man, I can't tell y'all how bad I feel right now. Like, I feel so bad right now. I'm literally thinking, like, who could host Zooming with the homies for me right now? Like, that's how bad I feel. And no, I don't think it's COVID or anything. I think I ate something that really messed up my stomach for the past couple of days. And like I feel like I'm on the tail end of it, but because I haven't been eating anything in like the past 36 hours because of this, I feel like I'm like sluggish. I don't have any energy. Like maybe I need to drink some Gatorade or Pedialyte, get some electrolytes, but I don't feel well at all. And I'm trying to shake it off and keep going, so I can't cancel it, Marie. This is, y'all understand, like, this is it. If I don't work, if I don't do these shows, I literally don't have any money coming in. And I know, like, you gotta take care of yourself and stuff like that, and that's why I'm, thinking about who I can have guest host it and, try to figure out something with that. But, like, I have to do this. I have to work, so. It is what it is. Pat will be joining us back shortly, and we'll just pick up from that area. What we just said.
So, guys. Okay. All right, where were we?
I was just talking about how he dropped it on his mom's
Yes.
birthday.
Yeah.
I can bring that back up just so you can jump in there. We already did it. All right. So we're just gonna run it back for the mom's birthday thing, guys. Just know that's what's going on, and for Keenan too as well.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to drop this on his mom's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and he said this is also the day she passed. To try to uplift one black woman when you're accused of like assaulting another black woman, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something you did in honor.
Yeah.
For your black mother.
It feels disrespectful. It's the way that the whole Kevin Spacey thing, how it came out that he, had sex with an underage guy or.
Oh, then he was
guy.
like, "I'm gay."
And then he tried to like, whoa, by the way, guys, I'm gay. It's like, nah, motherfucker, don't try to do that.
Being gay is fine.
That's fine. Nobody's questioning that.
We were talking about the
yeah.
assaults.
Obviously, you're gay if you're sleeping with a man, an underage man. That's
Yes.
that's not what's in question. What's questioning is your actions and your integrity. And I feel like that's what he tried to do. He tried to bury it with like, yo, my mom died, and this was also her birthday. It's like, nah, bro, that's not it. That's not it.
Mm.
Not it at all, bro. So.
No, for real. What was that?
Somebody with a trash can. Somebody want to roll the trash can.
And the thing that gets me, which is why I like it's cutting. It's that release showed you exactly what happened that night. Like I don't really even need to hear really what happened. Like that release, obviously, I believe Meg, but like I'm just saying that the way he released it shows you all the extra stuff that you didn't know. That you know what I mean? Like when somebody shows you the colors, that's pretty much it. And the fact that he didn't even have enough awareness to be like, all right, I know I was trying to stick to my mom's birthday as the release, but this Breonna Taylor thing just happened. Like I'm pretty sure people would forgive me for dropping it another day, or not at all maybe. But I just feel like the fact that wasn't even taken into consideration, that the Breonna Taylor case just happened, and it just went left. It's all too much. It's really like all too much. So I beg you guys, please do not stream this project. I don't typically do that for artists that I dislike, but you have to understand that if contributing to this project being big, it goes towards a lot more than you think, and it's a lot more poisonous than you think. So,
and I honestly feel like people are getting that because I read something last night that said that he's altered one of his worst releases ever with this, like numbers wise. So people are like bro, like you don't even have the integrity to respond to this. Like it kind of shows just who you are as a person. And so now it's like people are like, even if he comes out and he's like, yeah, I didn't do it, and here's this and this and this is evidence, people are still gonna be like,
you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're an asshole, and you could have provided this a long time ago if you had this information. So now like people are left to speculate on their own. Like, bro didn't even really address it. Like, you just made a song about. Nah, I'm good, bro.
Big prayers out to Meg, because I couldn't imagine how that must feel. And the big thing for me is it's like, there's always people in the comments that are like, well, we don't know what happened. There's two sides of every story, blah, 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 blah. if you are one of those people who clings to logic and is still like, we don't really know what happened, who would you rather be wrong about? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, it's so much worse to ride with Tory and be wrong about Tory than it is for Meg. You know what I mean? Because if there was some wild hoax and it came out that Meg wasn't telling the truth, I would much rather be on Meg's side and find that out
Mhm.
than to find out that you were riding with Tory and Meg was telling the truth. So it's
Mhm.
just like, really think about that before you go into the whole like, oh, we don't really know what happened. It's like, it doesn't matter. You know, you just
Yeah.
be on the side that makes the most sense, and that's right.
Yeah,
This whole thing is-
I always think about that. I saw this quote like years ago, and I've always thought about that. It's like, I'd rather live like there is a heaven and get there. I'd rather live like there is
In
a
God.
God
Mhm.
and die, find out there isn't, than live like there isn't, and then die and go to hell.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
like, that's like, I always think about that quote, man. And that like always calls to carpet my character in those situations when nobody is looking. Like that's what really matters. What you do in situations when no one is looking, when you think you can get away with it. That's really what your character is about, your integrity is about. So
Yeah.
no.
I feel that. I feel that 110%. All right, let's end on some good stories.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely just wanted to get that out the way. This one is a lot lighter. It's still in the "what the hell are you doing" category, because did you see did you see Lil Bow Wow's little photo shoot
Oh yeah.
with the leg out, fresh out the bath? This is Tahir vibes. 110%. I don't know why.
I would have my leg crossed. I would have on some boxers and I would have a glass of wine and a smoking pipe. But I might have like, I wouldn't be like that. He's sitting like, and y'all know I'm the baddest bitch. That's that pose right there. I wouldn't be like that.
With the wine too. I don't know why. I don't know why Bow Wow just keep doing stuff that's just like make people be like, oh yeah, Bow Wow, hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
He did like a video that's just like, man, I love myself.
Did you see that one video? They changed the song of the girls dancing and everybody they changed it like 3 times to like a Bow Wow song. It's on I want to say it's Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked. But it's like 8 girls dancing and damn it, I'm gonna mess it up.
Seems like you already did.
Well, you know, I'm not at the top of my game today.
Women, watch who you date. I just need to. I should probably just open the show every week with that. But there was a dude who was just sentenced to prison for using drones to drop bombs near his ex-girlfriend's house. This is a Pennsylvania man, which you don't hear about a lot. He used the drone to drop bombs near his ex-girlfriend's house and has been sentenced to only 5 years in federal prison, which seems a little low for attempted blow up. His name is Jason Musicato, thank God, sounds white, 45. Caught after investigators received reports of several small explosions occurring in the town of Bangor. Appropriate. After obtaining a warrant to search Musicato's home, investigators discovered an arsenal of weapons and ammunition. He was unable to use those weapons because his ex-girlfriend filed an order of protection against him. So he was like, I can't get close enough with this gun, let me send Wally. He said, although he denied controlling the drone, Musicato has pleaded guilty in court last December on 2 counts of weapon possession and 1 count of flying an unregistered aircraft. So he was really dropping bombs on him.
I wonder if these like homemade bombs, not obviously probably not pipe bombs, but like
Yeah, homemade. What? You go to
well, I mean, it's like
Home Depot, professionally made.
I mean, like I guess when I think homemade, I think about pipe bombs. So I'm like, I guess you wouldn't be flying a drone with a pipe bomb. Is this like a Molotov cocktail type joint or like
Bottle?
Yeah,
I think they were in packages.
Oh wow.
So they were like wrapped up. Because I mean, you can't just look like a bomb. Like
Yeah,
carrying those big black balls with the rope on it.
Yeah.
The wig. The cartoon bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah. Also, uh, go home after this.
What's on?
Go home after this.
Nah,
the chat snitched on you. I feel like when I was gone, you were talking about how you don't feel well. Let's just do lunchtime lottery a different day.
Nah,
Just do it a different day. We're done.
nah. I'm here already.
Nah, we gonna do it another.
Let's
we're
get
gonna
it
do
going.
another day.
Let's
Thank
get
you,
it going.
Scary Squad. Thank you for telling me. It's the show we're doing is about eating food,
Yeah.
strange food.
Yeah, let's get it going. Let's get it
Makes
going.
no sense. All right, let's go for one more, one and done. Let's leave on an uplifting note.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Stack Nation for supplying this. The next time you use any navigation device or software like Google Maps, you can thank Dr. Gladys West, the inventor of GPS technology.
Oh, snap. Yeah, the black lady, right?
Black woman.
Yeah.
Look her
Alright.
up. Dr. Gladys West is the reason why I get to places
Mm-hmm.
without getting lost or killed. So,
Oh, yeah,
thank
she's
you.
definitely a Gladys. Bless her heart.
Might be the last Gladys ever.
Mm-hmm.
I have never met a person named Gladys ever
Technology
in my
has
entire life.
come so far. I remember when I first got the iPhone. I think it might have been the iPhone 2. And you couldn't use the GPS while you were on the phone.
Mhm.
So, like, you talking to somebody, you can't, like, talk to them and, like, kind of, like, find your way. They would either have to guide you or the GPS would guide you. And it didn't reroute fast enough. Like, it was trash before.
I can't
So
believe,
thankful.
I can't believe MapQuest was a thing.
MapQuest was there. I was printing out, when I used to drive back and forth to Atlanta from St. Louis,
Oh,
I used to print out MapQuest.
was that like what? Like a yellow pages? Was how big was
No,
it?
it was just like a couple sheets of paper. It was like, 6 pages.
To get from St. Louis to Atlanta?
Yeah, because it would have the directions on it, then it would also have the printout of like a map. So you can actually see where you're supposed to go, like if you were looking at an atlas.
But yeah, don't they break it down? Because that's how they got so thick. It would be like turn left out of your driveway, then like head down for 8 miles, then turn right on New York Street. Then you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
was
yeah, but
literally
no, it was only like 6 pages though.
turn by turn.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
The Scary Squad agrees that you're fired. You're fired for today. I think that's really what we can call it. I think we fired Tahir, force him to go home
You dirty bastards.
and get some rest.
Turn your back on me.
And the food that we got was soup. Look how that works out.
That's perfect, so we can just knock it out.
Thank you guys so much for another juicy episode of Damn Internet You Scary. This was a good one. This is actually my favorite episode in a while. Scary Squad, as always, appreciate you for pulling up, supplying the comments, the song genres, the laughs, all of that stuff. You continue to make this this machine run. Make sure that everybody else sign up for our Patreon so you get early episodes and extra content as well. We are starting to do more chit chat and serials. We are making the murder mysteries return as well, and other stuff TBA to be announced.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up.
This guy gotta go lay down. I will see you. We will see you
Mhm.
next week. I've been your host, Patrick Cloud.
And up to hear more.
Later.
Peace.
Alright, man. Get up out of here.
Nah, man, let's knock this out. We gotta order.
Get up out of here.
Bro, we knocking this out.
Just take it on to go.
Let's just knock it out. We here now.
Just take it to go. It's not that. It'll probably be. What? Can you do Tuesday or Wednesday? Or Friday?